Alright, morning. Hey, it's Joey, and I'm actually finally on my way to get the truck wrapped. I found a guy that I know through some people that have worked with him a number of times for some business vehicles, and I talked to him over the last few weeks, and we figured out a little bit before Christmas when he would have time and when I would have time. I had to go on vacation for a week, and of course Christmas was busy. Hope everybody had an awesome Christmas and a good New Year. But I'm on my way to Millington, Tennessee, to a place called Ferocious Graphics. Can't hate that. And gonna talk to Chris once we get there over some details, and he's gonna go ahead and get started on the truck today. He said he'll probably need a couple of days to do the whole thing. But we're going to go ahead and get that started today and get this thing protected and change the color a little bit. And I was going to go with a camouflage, like an urban camouflage with grays and whites, but the more I looked at it, the more, one, I realized I'm not really a camouflage guy, and two, I just felt like I would end up with it on the truck, and then within 3 to 6 months, probably wouldn't be that impressed with it. So skipped on that, went with something a little different. Actually got a little bit of an inspiration from a guy who some of you may or may not know, named Will Motivation. He's got a channel where he does a lot of personal finance slash real estate kind of motivational stuff, showing you how to, improve your life. But he also buys expensive toys. So I think he's got a Lamborghini that he just had wrapped in a metallic satin red type color, and he also just bought 2018 Ford Raptor as well, which I kind of expect he'll probably have that wrapped too. But anyway, it's going to be wrapped today, and we'll get that done. In addition to that, go over just a couple other things, since it's been so long since I made a video because of the holidays and work and some medical stuff. But there's been a couple of other things that are going to go on with the truck. I've got something coming from a company that's going to be a cover for the B pillars on the sides of the doors. That's coming, which I'm pretty excited about that. They reached out to me and asked me if I'd check out their product, so I will, and we'll see how that goes. And also, I'm still waiting to hear back from Ford Performance on their tune. It's been a running joke on the Raptor forums that tune basically is never going to come out. They pushed the date back and said, "Oh, it'll be next month. Oh, it'll be next month." But the last time I talked to Ford Performance, they still expected it to be the end of this month, early February. So I'm pretty excited about that coming out. As far as details on it, I don't have anything concrete yet. The best I can come up with, and this is purely based on the rumor mill through the Raptor forums, but it's fairly sound logic, that it's going to be something along the lines, if not just a rebranded Whipple Stage 1 tune kit for the Gen 2 Raptor. What that means is roughly 80 horsepower and 150 torque. I think that's going to be on like a 91 or a 93 tune though, so I don't know what that'll
in 4/10 of a mile
for anyone just running around on regular. But at least, now I know there's like 5-star tuning and there's a handful of other guys that I'm sure are all really great tune companies, but we always run into the same problem of, oh, well, what about warranty? And everyone's like, oh, well, Magnuson law, which, yeah, no, that's super valid. It's a law, and it's trying to protect, customers with their vehicles. But what you run into, of course, with that is the problem of every dealership handles things a little differently. And, yeah, some people say, oh, well, I took them to court. Well, okay, maybe you can do that. But, here's the other thing about it. I know some of these tune companies are talking about, like 150 horsepower, increase from their tunes and stuff like that. Well, one of the things some of the service guys mentioned is that people have been doing things to these trucks that they're not necessarily designed to have done to them stock. Now I haven't investigated that too far, but this is just something I overheard standing in the service department from a couple of the service managers. So my thought is, if I can have 80 horsepower and 150 torque and still have my entire factory warranty covered, and if something happens because of that tune, Ford's not going to blink on it, and they're not going to question it, and we're not going to turn into, you know, this pissing contest between me and the dealership. 70 extra horsepower is not worth potentially having to go to court, potentially losing the court battle, potentially having to replace the engine on this truck by myself, you know, or even just potentially losing a portion of my warranty. So, I mean, this isn't a race car. You know, this is purely being done for vanity's sake and just for fun. So, you know, if I wanted something fast, I would have bought, you know, an AMG Mercedes, or, you know, something along those lines. You know, I wouldn't have bought a truck. So I'm pretty excited though that I'm going to be able to hopefully get a tune onto this thing here in the next, you know, month or so, and then it'll be a tune that Ford recognizes and that Ford supports. So I'm pretty excited about that. And again, hopefully that'll be the end of this month, maybe early February. Maybe I can do that. Maybe it'll be a birthday present to myself. I pretty much expect it to be about $2,000, like the Whipple Stage 1 will be. And I believe that's what one of the service managers said he thought it was probably going to cost too. What that's going to include, I'm not 100% sure. I think the Whipple tune has I think maybe an intercooler change and an intake change and then a tune. So I kind of expect Fords will be about the same. They've got some tunes for their Mustangs that all have. Granted, the Mustang has like a 1 tune, maybe a 3-stage tune, and they all have intercoolers and things like that. And they're all in the 2,000 plus ballpark, I think. Well, the lower one's a little lower than 1,000, I think. But pretty excited about that. Hopefully we can get that done, and I'll get a video going together on that. Also, just as far as ownership on this vehicle, I've had it since September. I believe I've had it since September. I haven't had any problems with it. I'm just shy of 5,000 miles on it, and I haven't had any problems. I have no complaints about it so far. You know, I've had a lot of people lose their mind a little bit. Well, not a lot, a few people lose their mind a little bit that I have an expensive grocery getter, and, you know, why would I buy something like this? And here's the thing, just buy whatever you like. Don't worry about it. You know, no matter what I bought was going to be a grocery getter. You know, I don't track vehicles. I don't race vehicles. I don't off-road vehicles. You know, so what does it matter? And it's my car anyway. You know, I'm not making you pay for it. But so far, like I said, since September, almost 5,000 miles on it. I've just had zero issues with it. I even let a friend of mine borrow it for a week while I was out of town. I went to Universal Studios for a week, which, if you're an adult, maybe skip that. Not that much fun for an adult, at least not for me. But I let him borrow it for a week and asked him just to kind of give me his feelings on it when I got back. And he said that he thought it was amazing. He said he was extremely surprised at, one, how civilized it felt driving around town on big tires, and, you know, that he expected it to be a lot more jarring and a lot more, you know, off-road suspension-y feeling, but he said it just felt like a really comfortable truck in town. And then he was able to switch it over to sport mode, and it actually responded really well, and he got it was actually a lot of fun to drive. And he's not a truck guy at all. He's a Corvette guy, like through and through. That's my friend Joel, and I needed him to watch the house and the dog for me. And so part of the deal was, if you'll do that for me, I'll let you have the Raptor for a week. But again, not a truck guy, 100% a track Corvette guy, and he loves this thing. I mean, they're really nice trucks. And again, even if you don't buy a Raptor, I still think that, like, you know, the Limited and the Platinum and, you know, the Lariat and the King Ranch, I think all of those trucks, you know, if you're out there looking for a truck to pick up, you're gonna like this. You're gonna enjoy it, and you know, it'll be a good purchase. You know, no matter what your price point is. I think he'll be pleased with it. But so again, no problem so far. Fingers crossed. Been enjoying it, and I'm pretty excited about this vinyl wrap today. And I'm also excited about the product I've got coming in the mail from the guys at Tough Skins. And all in all, pretty good. I'm trying to get some videos up here more frequently. Again, just been a busy month or two with work and some medical stuff mostly, and dealing with that. And so anyway, we're driving up to Millington. It's rainy, kind of gross, but thankfully it's like 40 degrees today instead of freezing. I was worried because I know they're going to have to wash this thing a little bit at least, and I was worried it was going to be freezing cold when they had to do it, but it's not right now. So driving out to Millington, which seems like I'm driving to the moon, but get out there, talk to him about a couple of details as far as some of the things to wrap and not to wrap, and get his opinion on some stuff, and get this thing started and get a video up for it so you guys can check it out, and just show you what this thing's going to look like. So also, I don't know if however many of you pay much attention to it, but I also do put a lot of PUBG videos on my channel. Go check those out if you get a chance. Subscribe, and if you like watching people shoot nerds in the face, I'm your man's. And there's some funny clips of some terrible things that we get ourselves into when we play. The usual. But go check those out. Got a bunch of those clips going. Might have a couple. Don't think I actually have any of my Counter-Strike clips up, which sucks because I just opened a box last night and there was like a $400 knife in it. So of course I didn't record that. But got a whole bunch of PUBG videos. Got the Raptor video coming for the wrap. Got the Tough Skins video coming pretty soon as well. Also, the guys at Tough Skins asked if I wanted to do a giveaway for their product as well, and I said yes, I will. So hopefully we're gonna have a giveaway from them as well, and see if we can't get somebody out there with one of these trucks a present. And so that's it. Well, anyway, finish my drive, get this going, and we'll get this video thrown together once we get the truck wrapped, and we'll check it out. So I'll catch you guys later this week. Have a good day. Stay out of trouble. Don't be a jerk, because nobody likes those. And give some poor animals some money if you're a Petco or PetSmart, because you have a job and they don't even speak any kind of English. So just give them a couple of bucks. Be a cool guy. So I'll catch you guys later. Hey guys, it's Joey. We're going to make this really quick because it's super cold outside right now, but I just picked the truck up from Ferocious Graphics out here in Arlington, Tennessee, and I'm just going to do a quick round the truck with it. It's the M261 Dark Matte 3M 1080 film, but it looks great. It's a really good color, but let's do a quick walk around real fast and I'm going to get back in the truck, so I'm freezing. Almost fell. That would have been amazing. So there you have it. Looks good. Gonna enjoy it. Keep the paint protected for a few years. So gonna get in the truck now because I'm cold. So thanks for watching.